Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dune Spice Wars, where today we're just going to work as many systems as possible toward the goal of the elimination of Baron Harkonnen. And then, we'll try to win the game or whatever. I'm sure it'll be a thing worth doing. But, first, we have this. So, let's just go ahead and launch that assassination mission. It will be detected eventually after a duration, depending on the target's chance of detecting operations. I don't really know how to influence that. We're just going to do it. 3 days. It will take us 3 days to murder the Baron. Never mind, at the current rate, the assassination will complete in 16 days. So... okay, Harkonnen agents on counterintelligence will reduce the progression factor constantly. Sending Fremen assassins to our infiltration cells resets the progression factor back up to 100%. So they put people in place to interfere with the scheme. We use assassins to get rid of those people. Assassination upkeep is paid by the Fremen and increases every day the assassination keeps going. Okay, so there is a way in which this is like, there's escalating cost over time. So if they can delay it long enough, even if they can't actually stop me, at some point I will have to throw in the towel on the scheme. Does it say, it doesn't actually say on here what assassination upkeep is? Is it a dust? Is it a, Solari cost, or is it something else? Maybe it could be, influence, or we don't have a red mark for assassination here, so I'm assuming it's not paid in Solari. I don't know. Intel could be an intel cost. Nope, not obvious actually. Okay, well, I guess we'll see, and I'm not particularly interested in doing combat until this resolves one way or the other. Okay, right, there's that ghost. I'm not too concerned about all that.
Arrakis belongs to the Fremen.
Are you on my side of the border? Okay. How dare you, sir? Should we mess with him some more? Like, should I liberate his stuff? I don't know. I think we gotta keep running our empire, obviously. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy more shares. I think that this is a thing we're doing. We're just pushing shares as best we can. Shit is very expensive. Speaking of which, to that end, can we be generating more money here? Well, I guess this village is capped out. 20% resource production when the village has at least one building of each type. Well, we could build ourselves a little blue building here. Yeah, sure. Give me an investment office. Give me another copy of this thing. It'll be a fair amount of Solari coming in. And then up here, so we have the Well of Riches. We should definitely have a processing plant up, right? Yeah, processing plant's really good here. And then I don't really know what else. Okay, right. The processing plant is building. We can only build one thing at a time. Sure. Okay, we've detected all of the sieges on the map. That's cool and good to know. We'll have an agent go to work on this, I suppose. So +3 Solari production per economy building. We should probably have some economy buildings up. We're actually pretty low on water, so let's get that started. We have a lot of buildings, or a lot of villages adjacent to this to this deep desert. I want to make sure that I'm actually getting value. There's nothing special in this region, but except for, you know, just like plus 10% on resources in general. This region, of course, has spice. Do we have a spice silo? Okay, I had built spice silos in Arawan because we had that. So there is a spice silo affecting this already. Yeah, well, that being the case, I guess just Solari production? Yeah, you know, the wholesale market has no water upkeep cost. It's kind of just a free building. You got to pay the initial plascrete, but probably we should be building those in places. I want to make sure that everything that is touching the desert is maxed out. This region doesn't get anything in particular, and that's why I think we want to do a wholesale market. Yeah, okay. And then these regions up here are not, they're not touching anything. Okay, so we have a maintenance center there. We could build another one like here, or yeah, that might be a thing to do here once we finish the market. And then this region's touching kind of a lot of stuff. Honestly, the next best place to build one of these would be this region after we take it over. So have things changed at all? Nope, he's still no. Okay, there we go. It does tell you what the upkeep is once it starts kicking in. So it is Intel and Solari. Still, it is the case that nobody has managed to actually take over the polar sink, which is good news mostly, I think. It does feel like I should be harassing more. I mean, we could run across and knock out Tabsud, probably. His whole army's right there. Well, you know what? I should probably wait until I have more than 4 water before I go doing such a thing. Because, like, we really do not travel very well right now. Let me turn this stuff back on. Do you have a wind trap? You don't. Let's fix that. We could use some wind traps for sure. Alright, so they have a Sea Trade Inc. Do you have a wind trap? You do. 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do have one here. We don't have one here, but we could. Alright, as those complete, we should end up in a much better place on water. Okay. So they see what's up. They captured one of our agents. Sadly, we do not have another agent who is uncapturable. But we probably want to keep 3 agents on this. Yeah, they moved people onto counterintelligence. That makes sense. What do I think we actually need to keep up the least? Maybe at this point the Spacing Guild? We gotta try to keep 3 agents on this. So we're still at 99% progression factor. We don't want to do the assassination thing just yet. Okay, there's our stockpile. Let's transfer all of the money to Dust so we can continue pushing Chome shares. Yeah, when we're not stockpiling Dust, holy hell. We have a pretty decent exchange rate right now. Just really want to push that and then like just sit here with this massive army on his doorstep and be like, hey, if you wanna step up, we're ready to do something. Okay. So at this point, how does one assassin? You gain the ability to train assassins after you get your siege incentives in, obviously. So as things are, this is dropping pretty quickly, and there's nothing we can do about it. Just gotta wait for that. Wait for that research to finish. Wait for the developments to complete development. Am I trading? Okay, we got ourselves a new agent. Am I trading water for spice here? I'm not. This is the one siege that I'm not trading with. I am comfortable with that. What's up? We hired in a new agent. Okay. Go work for the Spacing Guild. So yeah, we don't necessarily have to let this complete. Now that I like understand how it works. Once we have our siege incentives, we could go and do work on Carthage, perhaps. If I'm thinking about that, I probably ought to be thinking about maxing out my my army here. Are we also having our agent continue doing stuff? Is there? Okay, there is a point of interest of unknown type available to us over here. We could get some intel. I don't know that I'm like desperate for intel. You know what? Grabbing some intel is a good idea for keeping this thing up though, because we're already almost out of intel income. It's very easy to run out on an assassination, it seems like. So, does it no longer say how many days? Okay. New Chome shares will show a price drop. We'll buy in as soon as the price stops falling. Start stockpiling dust again. Finished building stuff in the siege. At this point, don't really care about that, I think. Don't really care about that. We actually do have a number of fully built villages at this point. Maybe it's worth building a Mason's Guild. Yeah, we're not going to get a thing that's going to like directly improve our assassination ability or anything, so okay. Have us getting sky gazing. You know what? Take that out of the queue. You go back to it after we get the assassination related stuff. Yeah, see, our progression factor is getting really rough. As soon as they are on top of the fact that you're doing it, the progression factor gets pretty tough. All right, let's cash in some manpower. How many more Fadakin do I want? We can actually only get one. And then I could pull like a spire, or we could pull a pair of spires. I know I want the altar, but I don't know how late I want to, like how long do I want to sit and watch this? The other thing is, now that we're like way deep on this assassination attempt in a way that's got us negative on intel income, I'm a little bit like, we want to be real careful about about which operations we want to build. Isn't there an operation? Yeah, defense breaches. Defense breaches is a serious thing if we want to... Maybe I should put a little bit more work into that as well. But yeah, I guess give me a Finnegan. And we'll see about what else. Have a new mission here. A Reverend Mother of the Bene Gesserit is visiting your palace. The Sisterhood requires you to contribute to their mysterious scheme. It would be unwise to disobey. If we betray or sign a truce with an opponent, just do something to get a Bene Gesserit agent. Okay, or uncover the scheme using 3 infiltration cells. Do we just have to have 3? It says use 0, 3, so we have to launch 3 new infiltration cells while this mission is up. Honestly, obey blindly would be pretty cool. No penalty incurred from next treason is also interesting, because I don't even know what would count as treason. So it's going to take us 13 days to get to the point where we can start that other operation. Defense sabotage. I guess trying to... They're not planning to actually attack me, right? I think they did it because they were just like reflexively defending their flyer. I think. We'll find out. How's that intel gather going? Okay, slowly. Alright, what's up, Landsride Council? Tell me something good. Spice exchange rate down would be a bummer for us, but it wouldn't, like, kill us. Agenda contracts. All factions get charter priority is increased with Solari instead of influence. Nobody's really been pushing for charters too much. And gear regulation. I mean, I think the smugglers will probably go in with us on gear regulation on the Harkonnen, or at least they might. I don't want it to happen to me, and if we can force it on the Harkonnen as a way of keeping it from happening to us, that would seem pretty good. Okay. It was minor houses. What joined us? Ooh, the smugglers took the exchange rate hit. Nobody voted for us at all. Harkonnen's mad at them. You'd think they'd be madder at us. Not that I'm complaining, you understand.
We trust you, Liet. We'll avoid the sun. We're going.
Yeah, get down here. Should I just go grab this region? I guess so. We have all this authority.
Liet, we have no fear.
And it's not like I'm actually leaving Samara behind. Would it be better play to grab something that belongs to the Harkonnen? Sure. But at the same time, we'd have to walk further away, and I don't know how realistic that really is. Plus, it's not like we're completely out of authority here. We could still do something like that in the near future. A siege has become friendly. Which one? Okay, yeah. I will ally with them, absolutely. Okay, we had another... Well, let's go grab this. But there was, I believe, another point of interest around here somewhere that granted intel. We should probably look into that. Yeah, no, that's fine. They're on their side of the line. Okay, this is the one that allows us to hire assassins. Also gets us new agents more quickly, which is good because, you know, the Harkonnen may continue to imprison our agents. Okay, new village controlled. What is the story with this village's stuff? So one building of each type to get some flat Solari bonuses. There's quite a lot of wind here. We're also going to want a Plascrete factory at some point. I think we can start with this. And also, I may as well just go ahead and create some militia. You know, even though they've slowed this down, like the idea is that they would starve us out, right? And they're not doing a horrible job of it. Okay, Chom share prices are nice and low. I'm going to make a little bit of a push. The dust, the Solari income is not so much the problem as the other income. Oh, the renegades want to make something happen. I see. Well, that is inconvenient at this moment in the extreme. What are we looking at here? This is a real force. I probably have to report. Arawan has... yeah, it has a tower. I probably can't rely on the militia to hold that.
Arrakis belongs to the Fremen.
Alright, let's get you over here. I might want to run just a portion of my force up on a thumper. I'm kind of curious how badly is this going to go, really? We're actually holding on okay. I think we might be all right. Yeah, I think I might not have to worry about that. We're ready though if it comes to it. All right, I need to keep buying Chom shares. We are still quite a ways away from assassins. Are y'all at 10%? Okay, yeah. The smugglers are above 10%. We're pushing 36. It gets really expensive.
Listening.
And it may be the case that we don't actually need it. I don't know. Yep, that is a win for us. I'm really impressed that, you know, they have a bunch of buffs and stuff to their oh, that's problematic. So the loss of the cell is also a loss of a slot. I'll put you on the Chom for the moment. Okay, you can't build more infiltration cells if you have an assassination mission running. Interesting. So yeah, that's gonna be a real pain for us as well. All right, let's also get that. I mean, do we need the Plascrete factory? Maybe it's not the first thing to worry about. Is this the red building I want? Well, I guess a missile battery counts as a... yeah, a missile battery is a red building. That'll be good enough for earning the bonus at least.
Lead us to freedom. Shai-Hulud willing.
Alright, y'all group up. It's going to be a while. If we do end up winning a Chom victory, it's going to be a minute before it actually kicks in. So we're actually doing pretty well on this assassination attempt in terms of time. And I'm like looking at our incomes and stuff. Wow, our chom exchange rate has gotten really good. Even in active stockpiling mode, we are bringing in just a huge amount of money. I know there was hostility. Hold on. Let me press this button, then we'll look. What's up? Okay. Don't think we're really in any danger. Well, I see that we have hit the we've hit the magic threshold there. This is a ridiculous amount of like standing around when we probably could just be taking them, but I do kind of at this point want the assassination to happen just because we put so much effort in. So is an assassin a unit that you build here? Or how does... Yes, okay. Assassins cost a bunch of intel. And what do I have to do with it? Send an assassin to an infiltration cell to reset the progression factor. And we do have an infiltration cell right here in Ainalpo, in a place where the assassin's not likely to get caught. How quickly do they build? Fairly quickly. So yeah, even though the progression factor will be draining quickly because they have 2 agents and we only have 2 agents, the reset to 100 is probably really bad news. Like even a temporary reset to 100% scale is probably really bad news for them given how progressed this is.
On the clock. Just say the word. Moving.
So yeah, just like run, I guess. We might end up having to trade for intel. Like we're getting a little bit low. But yeah, I do want to do this, and I'm kind of curious what happens to their land and stuff. Does it just all go neutral? Because that would be strange, right? Just have a bunch of territory in the middle of the map go neutral. I mean, it's interesting because we hit 40%. It's interesting because of the fact that expansion in this game is limited to a resource budget. So it's not like a thing where everybody can just dive in. I don't want your fucking plascrete, dude. I especially don't want to give you all of that. No. Weirdo. What kind of deal is that?
Have you made a decision? A step forward.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. And we're in really good position to take over a bunch of this territory. Okay, so that reset progress factor to 100, and you can see it is draining very rapidly. Speaking of draining very rapidly, have I told y'all about my intel supplies? So we do need this to complete 8 days. It's not going to be 8 days though, because obviously that's at the current rate. Yeah, we may just whiff this entirely. Could happen. That's all right. We're basically ready to just do the base assault if it does if we flop the intel. But I'm going to try to buy intel from people first, obviously. We'll see who's willing to part with stuff. Yeah, the Solari income does not really become too much of a problem. At least if you have a good, strong economy. It's the intel. It's really hard to generate intel at a rate that... Okay, so we can pull this down. It's really hard to generate intel at a rate that would let you overcome the way this penalty scales. Oh, we're really close too. We're really close. It would be such a shame to lose it now. All right, let's try to make some. Let's make some overtures. Who has some intel for me? You have 400. Give me all this, And I'll give you... I have no idea what you really want. I mean, I'll give you dust, or I'll give you spice. You wanted some spice before? I would make this trade. If he'll take it, I'll take it. Deemed sufficient. Okay. We have to restart stockpiling. Oh, we don't have enough time. We're not going to make our bribe. So we've been stacking up an authority bonus here. I guess maybe I don't give a shit. Maybe at this point our bribe is so irrelevant. Because like the way we're trying to win the game is the chum market anyway. Yeah, maybe I kind of don't give a shit.
We have faith in you, Liet. The wind will
Deploy
carry
sales, friends. We have an unapplied agent. Let's apply them to Solari production. So defense breaches requires all of the intel, unfortunately. I wonder if it would turn out to be worthwhile to spend intel on another agent. Probably not, right? We're still cooking pretty quickly here.
A temple made out of profane debris.
Okay, lens red guards appear next to the main base. Can use the cell search spying mission, which would help get rid of infiltration cells. Or elected faction gains minus Solari upkeep. Well, I'll tell you what, I would love for this to fail. My guess is the Harkonnen are probably gonna vote that up a little bit. I mean, they may go for this instead. Okay, Imperial Intelligence did pass. So it is possible that the Harkonnen will be able to root out our cells and damage the rate even further. Yep, I didn't pay my Spacing Guild bribe. Yeah, all it does is damage our authority production.
Not bad
I
for a pile of junk.
don't super care.
We're ready.
Yeah, you should get down here.
Hunt the invaders.
Alright, Chom share prices are
Every
falling.
journey leads us to the desert.
And we finished all of the research we were doing. Do I care about my ground unit's speed in neutral territory? I don't think I really do. 20% of an operation's intel cost is refunded when launched in the territory of a faction that is in conflict. Lower chance for enemies to detect missions. Cool, but probably not useful at this point. Minus recruitment costs for assassins is kind of interesting, although probably too slow of a thing to matter. Each allied siege grants +1 influence is actually like really good for us now. It wasn't a big deal originally, but it got to be a big deal. Actually, so did these though. Let's grab these. Did we finish that building in the siege? We did, so we have the bonus development rate. Yeah, I think because we're actually trying to win that way. I think that seems to be the thing. Our share position was slightly diluted. Oh, it looks like they're shuttling their
There is
stuff
only one
away.
sky, one desert.
I sure am gonna
Our faith to
do
new
a whole lot of damage to you, friend. If you don't, get assassinated here, things are gonna get really ugly for you. Might I recommend just taking the assassination? It will be less embarrassing.
Not bad
Oh no!
for a pile of junk.
Alright, so you have the sweet siege
The
weapons.
land will move below us.
We're so close. We're so close. Please just let it work. I can't believe Carthag's still able to hit from here.
There is only one sky, one desert.
I guess against flying units, it's like a lot of extra range. Okay, they want to fight.
Fade to a new haven.
But maybe not me. I think it's not me that they want to fight. I don't know where they're going. They might be headed there.
A temple made out of profane debris.
Okay, consumes manpower or Solari to recover. How do I make it recover?
There is only one sky.
Does it have to be like near a village? Warrior recruitment cost and training time down. I don't think this one's so exciting, but also we don't need the water or the authority. And you know, every friendly siege is feeding our bonuses. All right, keep buying stuff. At the current rate, the assassination completes in 0 days. You have failed to stop me, sir. What happens now? Gosh, that's expensive. It's really running. Are we gonna get him? I'm not even sure. I'm so nervous about the rate at which our intel is bleeding. Okay, well now it says 100. I feel like at 100 it should probably be done. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. Imperial base immediately, shall we? It's 500. It's 500 to start the defense breaches up. Okay, this is repairing now. I have successfully murdered House Harkonnen. Did I get, like... I don't think I've gotten a bonus or anything for it. It's just a thing that happened. Let me see here. For right now, somebody get on counterintelligence, I guess. Just in case. Because, you know, other people could be trying to assassinate me. That doesn't seem impossible. Here, we'll do this. We'll just level 2 everything for the moment. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird position to just drop their main base in. Like, what do I want to do? Obviously, the region I would most like to take over is the one that has the spices. The spice. All of that melange out there. None of their other stuff is like super critical, I don't think. Let's go ahead and start building the caravan. But I might just knock out this Imperial base just to test all of the base destruction tools that we've been working on. Okay, the smugglers hit 15. And they're buying stuff, which is driving up the price, which is very rude. Oof. We have taken a little bit of a hit to our exchange rate.
Always stay alert.
So,
Hard work brings us peace from the guild.
do I want to wait until I achieve 500 intel before potentially having at these people? I don't know. We could trade somebody for some intel. I could not wait. I could get it faster, I suppose. Looking for other stuff for my Arrakis agent to do. And there's probably something else that gives intel in our territory somewhere, right? That's authority. Authority we don't really need. But gosh, all we really have is authority and the ability to reveal sieges. Well, I guess our agents aren't really doing anything interesting for a little while. That's fine. They can take a little break. That's also just going to be authority. Yeah, that's fine. This is a cool graphical effect. It's a little unceremonious. It's probably quite frustrating to lose in that way. All right, we do have our military propaganda bonus right now, which does make me want to spend some authority.
Arrakis belongs to the Fremen.
Do I want to just run over there and take control? I think...
Lead it.
Yeah, I'm not going to move the ship,
Lead us to freedom.
but I'm going to... Let's run everybody else around a little bit.
With Shai-Hulud's favor.
Well, am I at truce with the Imperials? No, we're... Yes, I am at truce with the
We'll
Imperials.
avoid the sun.
So never mind. They're not going to shoot at me.
With Shai-Hulud's favor.
Are you well? We'll start our
Okay, I
march.
didn't want them to run through the big desert while I wasn't paying attention.
The next step
Yeah, but
in
now
our
y'all
journey.
can absolutely just get over here. And we can keep buying our way to the future.
Arrakis belongs to the Fremen.
How long until this is? 3 days? You know, I'll supply drop if I have to. But I think we can just chill out. Out here, we had a tremendous amount of water when we left camp. I know. Yeah, I think we're okay.
We trust you, Liet.
They don't trust me that much.
Shai-Hulud
Well, I guess
willing.
since I didn't realize the village wouldn't be attackable when we started moving, I guess since we have the ability to just walk across Grey's territory,
Pruning.
we can do this. Oof, yeah, those are really spiking.
This is our purpose.
The problem here is not other people buying shares. It's that there's just not that much left. All right, y'all, resupply, I guess. Let's see, look at that.
Listening.
Spent all that time running, and you're just gonna turn back around.
We'll avoid the sun.
We can probably, let's see, this is 304, so yeah, we can take this, and then it won't be very much longer before we can grab other stuff nearby. We are pushing mighty close to this victory. Continuing to gain agents. And militarily, I don't think anybody's really in a position to stop us alone. Might be people could do something if they gathered up, but with the Harkonnen out of the game, now it's like blue and gray have to go in together in a pretty coordinated way. And I don't know exactly how good their troops are because I've not played these factions, but it does feel to me like it would be difficult to overcome us. So what they must do, instead of trying to overcome us, is try to win their own victory. You know, honestly, a data center doesn't sound like a bad idea. We can go ahead and start prepping defense breaches. Is there anything out here that particularly demands my attention? I suppose that bonus. We could go gather some dust.
What does Liet command?
We'll spend it. I like this thing where we've just decided we are too good for the Spacing Guild. Okay, so the Water Sellers Union is available. Obviously, our architectural surveys. Ooh, the smugglers put up the fix on House Carino. I think that's where we're going. All right, House Carino has become the water seller, the leader of the Water Sellers Union, and also all of a sudden their main base is all fucked up. What a shame! How could this have happened? Okay, friends, I think it's possible we're about to win this video game. Unfortunately, this thing did happen. We are now just like raw negative on authority, but you know, we'll be okay. Something tells me we'll be just fine. Okay, we completely finished our economic developments. I don't know. Do this. Something tells me it's not going to matter a ton. Now, I think pressing the buy Chome shares button might cause us to instantly win the game. And hopefully everybody understands why I might want to take a second before doing that.
Lead us to freedom.
Because I just want to see if we can actually make this happen. Okay. So, if we drop from truce to conflict, we will lose all of our votes. We'll take a penalty to our influence production, a pretty hefty one. Minus 50% penalty Chome spice exchange rate, which doesn't matter because we have on hand the Solari necessary to win the game. And we do 20% bonus damage to the betrayed faction. They were really not ready for this. I'm going to press cancel. We're going to run our troops forward. And then we're going to do that, obviously, when we get closer. Because that's very fun. That's a very fun thing to do. Geez, I don't know. We don't need any of this crap.
Is it time to move? The whole of Arrakis is sacred.
Oh, they're bringing in units.
There is only one sky, one desert.
With Shai-Hulud's favor.
Okay. Now, confirm. And let's defense sabotage and defense breach. Oh. I had an agent captured instantly. The second I went for that, I had an agent captured. That's a crying shame. They've discovered my operation against them. I should hope so. They were trying to do trade with me. I'm not really all that interested.
Lead, they'll meet our Chris knives.
Will remove the disbeliever.
Yeah, try to strip their armor.
Listening. We have no fear.
Okay, so they're focusing a lot of their fire on the altar right now. And it is taking real damage. But I think I am out damaging them pretty seriously. Representatives from Ix are visiting Arrakis to study the planet. I don't super care. So, objectives. Visit 0 of 8, or visit 8 special regions with the Lab Thopters. They've given us a special unit here to gain +3 knowledge permanently. Or witness a sandworm with the Lab Thopter to receive a better... No, that's like a normal ornithopter. I think that's a normal ornithopter and a +1 knowledge bonus. Honestly, this event, +3 knowledge that you don't have to do anything to maintain seems like a pretty reasonable bonus. But at this point in the game, obviously, we super do not care. Yeah, wow, their base is very fucked up. it's not able to damage the altar meaningfully, like basically at all. Some of these power penalties are going to start wearing off, but not before I've destroyed this. And remember that development that gave us extra, the development that gave us extra damage against bases also gives you extra money for destroying bases. So, what exactly was the text? 0.1 Solari per damage inflicted. So we are like super, super rich. And keep in mind, that wasn't really like their base. House Carina's whole thing is that they get to have 2 bases, so we just blew up the extra one. But still, I was just kind of curious how the math would work out there. Like, how overwhelming is that attack when we have all of the bonuses and stuff stacked up, to give me a better idea of how reasonable it is to take out a main base in normal combat? And the answer is, that was very easy. Very easy, super fun to do, and we found out about the betrayer penalty / bonus, which is pretty rad. Anyway, I would like to buy myself up to 50% of the global CHOAM shares, please. Okay. The biggest shareholder of the CHOAM and now control the most powerful institution in the known universe. Once you can just purchase all of your opposition, a lot of your problems sort of melt away. Yeah, that's interesting. We got to explore a lot of the game systems that we didn't really get to touch the first game. We got to experience like a pretty different faction. No ranged units feels like a pretty big deal. And had we seen like much actual skilled combat, I think it probably would have been a big deal. My guess is against human players who can do like Marine style, like StarCraft Marine style shoot and scoot stuff with their ranged units, it's probably pretty frustrating to be the Fremen in melee combat. But it worked out just fine for us. Interestingly, it was the smugglers who killed the largest number of people, and by quite a large margin, in fact. We were leading on hegemony, and this penalty is annoying, but once it wore off, we could very well have pressed to taking over more stuff, especially given all of the land that we had around us. Like, north was pretty open still, and then all of the Harkonnen territories were available. I know Carino thought they were going to expand in that area, but they were mistaken. So yeah, I feel like we had a couple of different victories at our fingertips there. The AI, listen, there's definitely at least one more difficulty level above the one we're playing on. We might turn it up for the next game. But that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I feel like I have a pretty okay grasp of this game at this point. If you have feelings about which faction we should play in the next one, I want to do at least one more of these before having a look at the sort of like larger campaign mode. So if you want to express some opinion about who we should play in that, go ahead and then drop that in the comments, and come back next time to see who we've chosen and what we can do with them. And we'll see you then.